Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of rugged SUVs that can handle anything you throw at them. Today, we're talking about one of the most anticipated beasts on four wheels, the all-new 2026 Toyota Fortuner. This isn't just another facelift. It's a refined powerhouse that's evolved to blend everyday comfort with serious off-road grit. Whether you're conquering city streets or tackling muddy trails, the Fortuner has been a fan favorite for years. And the 2026 model cranks things up with sharper styling, smarter tech, and that unbeatable Toyota reliability. Stick around as we break it all down from every angle, and by the end, you'll know if this is the SUV that's calling your name. Let's jump right in. Starting from the outside, the 2026 Fortuner hits you with an even bolder presence that screams adventure without trying too hard. Up front, the design is all about that aggressive, commanding vibe. Picture this, a massive radiator grille dominating the fascia, wrapped in thick chrome plating that gives it a premium, almost luxurious edge while hinting at the toughness underneath. Flanking it are these sleek, slimline LED headlights that slice through the night like laser beams, narrower and more angular than before. With integrated daytime running lights that form a sharp, predatory eyebrow shape. Below them, the trapezoid-shaped front bumper floats out aggressively, complete with silver skid plates that look like they're ready to shrug off rocks and debris. And don't miss the separated turn signal lamps tucked in neatly, plus those optional fog lights that add extra punch for foggy mornings or dusty back roads. It's a front end that's evolved from the previous model's boxy charm into something more sophisticated yet unmistakably rugged, measuring in at a substantial 479.5 centimeters long overall. So it owns the road without apology. Moving around to the sides, the Fortuner keeps that muscular, athletic stance that makes it feel unstoppable. The body lines are bolder now, with a prominent crease running along the doors from the front fenders all the way back, creating this dynamic flow that accentuates the wheel arches, those beefy housings that scream off-road capability. The black-painted C-pillar gives the roof that floating effect, making the SUV look taller and more imposing. Especially with the 18 or 20-inch alloy wheels, depending on the trim, wrapped in chunky all-terrain tires. Side mirrors are body-colored and power-folding, with integrated LED turn signals that blink crisply, and they've got that slight rake to the windshield that improves aerodynamics just a touch. At 185.5 centimeters wide and 183.5 centimeters tall, with a 274.5 centimeter wheelbase. It handles corners with confidence but still slips into tight urban spots better than you'd expect from something this burly. The ground clearance sits at a healthy 216 millimeters. Perfect for those unexpected potholes or stream crossings. And the overall side profile just exudes that go-anywhere attitude, practical, durable, and ready for whatever the weekend throws your way. Flip it around to the rear. And the Fortuner wraps up its exterior story with a sculpted tail that balances style and function seamlessly. The new LED taillights stretch horizontally across the back, full LEDs on higher trims like the VX, with a smoked lens effect that looks modern and premium, connected by a subtle chrome strip for that cohesive look. The purposeful rear spoiler sits just above the high-mounted stop lamp, adding a sporty kick without being over the top. And the bumper echoes the front's ruggedness with more skid plate accents and integrated reverse sensors. Dual exhaust tips peek out on petrol variants, giving it a subtle growl, while the tailgate swings open wide to reveal that versatile cargo space. It's a rear end that's practical for loading up gear but still turns heads, especially in colors like Attitude Black Mica or Super White, which pop under the sun. Overall, this exterior isn't revolutionary, but it's refined, stronger lines, better LEDs, and the timeless Toyota durability that means it'll look sharp for years. Even after a few mud-splattered escapades. Now, let's step inside, because if the outside is built for battle, the interior of the 2026 Fortuner is where the real daily driving magic happens. Slide into the driver's seat, and you're greeted by a cabin that's straightforward yet surprisingly upscale. Think leather upholstered everything, from the multi-function steering wheel to the padded dashboard with stitched accents that feel premium without the fuss. The wheel itself is leather-wrapped, adjustable for tilt and telescopic reach, with fingertip controls for audio, calls, and cruise that make everything feel intuitive. Up front, the seats are plush and supportive, with good bolstering for those long hauls. And the dual-zone climate control cluster is right there with blue analog dials that are easy to twist even with gloves on. Space-wise, it's generous, plenty of headroom and legroom for taller folks. And those grab handles on the pillars make entry a breeze. Head to the second row, and it's family-friendly heaven, a bench that slides and tumbles forward for easy third-row access, with ISOFIX points and cup holders galore. The leather feels durable and easy to clean, perfect for kids or dogs, and roof-mounted vents ensure everyone stays cool. The third row? It's the usual story for 7-seaters tight on head and toe space for adults, but great for smaller passengers or as occasional jump seats. Folding them away opens up to 716 liters of cargo with the second row up, or a massive 1,080 liters if you tumble everything flat, ideal for hauling bikes, tents, or that impulse buy from the home store. Tech-wise, the 8-inch touchscreen takes center stage, running Toyota's T-Connect system with navigation, BLU voice recognition, and Apple CarPlay Android Auto compatibility. It's not the flashiest interface, but it's responsive, with physical buttons below for quick climate tweaks and a 4.2-inch digital cluster behind the wheel showing speed, drive modes, and trip data. Add in 6 speakers, USB ports fore and aft, a 12-volt, and even a 220-volt outlet in the back, and a rear-view camera with dynamic guidelines, and you've got a space that's connected without overwhelming. Push-button start, keyless entry, and illuminated door sills rounded out solid. No-nonsense comfort that ages gracefully. All right, fire it up. And that's where the 2026 Fortuner really shines. Performance that's as capable on pavement as it is off it. Toyota's stuck with proven powertrains here, but they've tuned them for smoother delivery and better efficiency. Base models get the 2.7-liter 4-cylinder petrol. Add OHC 16-valve mill with dual VVT that pumps out 164 horsepower and 245 Newton-meters of torque paired to a 6-speed automatic that's slick and responsive. It's rear-wheel drive on entry levels or part-time 4-wheel drive with high-low range on others, hitting about 10.3 kilometers per liter in mixed driving. Step up to the diesel side, and the 2.4-liter Turbo 4 delivers 147 horses, but a stout 400 Newton-meters of twist torque from low revs. Great for towing up to 3,100 kilograms braked and sipping fuel at similar efficiency. For those wanting more grunt, the top-spec 4.0-liter V6 petrol roars with 235 horsepower and 376 Newton-meters, still through that trusty 6-speed auto and 4WD system. It's got that classic V6 smoothness for highway overtakes, though real-world tests show around 9.6 to 10 kilometers per liter. But let's talk driving feel, because this is where the Fortuner earns its stripes. On the blacktop, it's relaxed. The double wishbone front and 5-link rear suspension soaks up bumps without feeling floaty, and steering is light at low speeds for parking lots but firms up on the move. It's not razor-sharp like a sports sedan, but that's by design. More lock-to-lock turns mean precise off-road placement. Brakes are confident, with ABS and stability control keeping things planted even when loaded. Fuel economy holds up in the city at about 7.6 liters per 100 kilometers officially, though expect closer to 9.9 in traffic. Off-road? This is the Fortuner's playground. Engage low-range 4WD, lock the rear diff, and it crawls over rocks and ruts like it's on rails. Active traction control distributes power wheel by wheel, and that 216mm clearance plus approach angle of 29 degrees laughs at steep inclines. Hill start assist prevents rollbacks on trails, and drive modes let you tweak throttle response for sand or mud. It's bouncy under heavy loads on highways and a bit noisy from wind around the mirrors, but for an SUV this tough, it's a small price for the capability. Overall, performance is about balance, plenty of power for 95% of drivers, with the diesel edging out for torque lovers and efficiency seekers. Shifting gears to the wallet side, pricing for the 2026 Fortuner keeps it competitive in the mid-size SUV arena, starting from around 123,855 Saudi Riyals for the base GX2 4x2 petrol model. That's rear drive simplicity for urban folks who want the Fortuner vibe without the full 4WD premium. Bump up to the GX2 4x4 petrol at 134,665 Riyals, or go diesel with the GX2 4x4 DSL for 147,085 Riyals if you're eyeing better torque and mileage. Mid trims like the VX1 4x4 with the V6 petrol hit 158,010 Riyals, adding nicer wheels and tech, while the loaded VX3S 4x4 tops out at 182,160 Riyals with full LEDs, premium audio, and all the bells. These are Saudi prices including VAT, So expect similar ballparks elsewhere, maybe a touch higher in other markets for imports, but factor in registration and insurance on top. Value-wise, it's spot on. You're getting Toyota's legendary resale value, a 5-year warranty, and off-road prowess that undercuts flashier rivals like the Ford Everest or Isuzu MU-X in long-term C.